From an original lineup of 16, we're now down to just 8. 3 of the 4 Polish players are through to the quarter-finals, along with past champions Alex Pagulayan, Denis Orkolo and Tony Drago, plus 2 of Pool's biggest stars, Mika Riminen and Nick van den Berg. Let the quarter-finals commence. This is how they line up in the quarterfinals in the ClubWPT.com World Pool Masters. 6 of the 8 players left hail from Europe, with the Poles enjoying hometown support. Some great clashes to look forward to, and we start with Sniegocki against Alex Pagulayan.
I think that I can beat anyone, but I also know that the players who are gonna have to play are very, very good, and they have much more success than me, so it's gonna be not so easy.
Yeah, it's very important for me because World Pool Master has always been hard for me to win. I came 3rd, 2nd, and finally won it, and I would love to win it again and rub it into everybody. Hey, won it again.
It's been an impressive display from the Polish players so far in this event, but in the first quarter-final it was the Canadian Alex Pagulayan who came out of the blocks firing. He firmly got the upper hand against Sniegocki as he moved 3 racks clear.
Alex Pagulayan playing pretty good pool, and that's why he's 3-0 ahead.
Sniegocki finally got himself back into the game.
He'll be feeling a whole lot better. It's always good to get your first rack on the board, and that's precisely what he's just done.
Rack 5, Sniegocki to break, trailing by 3 racks to 1.
Sniegocki's aim in rack 5 is to further reduce the deficit, and to make Pagulayan believe that he's got a very tough opponent. That will do no harm, especially if he can get through. I think he can.
He can, yes. But close to the rail with the cue ball. Straight or almost straight in. He needs a big shot now. Yeah, he's straight in. Not coming easy yet for Sniegocki. He made good play in the previous rack. Nice pot and a great safety. He needs another good stroke now. Well, he has a shot. He refuses. Can't blame him. A difficult pot and a difficult route for the cue ball. And if your speed control in the safety department is as his at the moment, there's no harm done, because he puts Pagulayan in a lot of trouble.
Extension.
Well, it was all plain sailing in the first 3 racks. Not so in the last rack and a quarter.
This is hit and hope. Wow. Elevating the cue, it looked like he was going to play it at warp speed. There was a very subtle kick shot. Look at this, curving around to 4, clipping the 3. He knew that half ball contact, quarter ball contact would do to at least get the cue ball in the direction of the 5-6-9.
Extension.
Contact made, but when you've said that, you've said the lot. At least the 3 ball is close to the cushion.
Well played with right spin. 2 or 3 rails. This was in between. Looks like he hadn't made his mind up yet. For 2 rails he needed to play it softer so the spin would grab more. It would make more angle coming off of the short rail. And harder for 3 rails.
Anytime you're on the cushion with the cue ball, have to give it 100% concentration.
Had to play it with a trace of right spin to make the angle. Six passes easily, but he was giving it a look to check how much he could cheat the pocket. Ooh. That's tough, because he needs to hit it hard enough and get his cue out of the way. With the safety, difficulty to not hit the 7 too thick. And to avoid this, he decided to not hit it hard, to not bring the cue ball up table. Just use the 9 as a blocker.
Well, an unexpected lifeline for Sniegocki.
He's there. Maybe Pagulayan can hit the edge of the 7. Can he give it enough speed to hide behind the 9?
When he stood over the 6 ball, it looked as though Pagulayan was going to take a 4-1 lead. He may well still do so. You cannot afford to miss 7 balls of that nature. Didn't cue it well, Alex, did he?
No, he rolled the shot, played it with little authority. Could also have played it with a center ball hit. Then it's less sensitive to unwanted side. What a blow for Sniegocki. Fighting so hard to get that chance, and when he got it, he failed.
Alex Pagulayan well on the way to becoming our first semi-finalist in the club WPT.com Whirlpool Masters. And the reason for that, he leads by 4 racks to 1.
Welcome back to the southern Polish city of Kielce for the 20th staging of the Whirlpool Masters. Alex Pagulayan has been in control of this first quarter-final match, but some poor cueing on the 2-ball from the Canadian in rack 6 let Sniegocki in, and he dished up for 2-4. Rack 7 and Pagulayan cleared up to get himself within 3 racks of a semi-final place. But an error on the 2-ball again for Pagulayan opened the door for Sniegocki, who clawed it back to 3-5.
Well, there's no doubt who those 4 spectators are supporting. But Alex Pagulayan, ever the joker, walks in, whipping up the crowd as well. He knows how to get them on his side. That smile never far from the face.
To 3.
We've called him the Lion, which is one of his nicknames. The other one is the Killer Pixie. I think that's a smashing nickname.
Telling by the look on his face, this 1-ball does not cut. Banks in the 9-ball. Yeah, this is cuttable. Extreme, but the shot is on. The only alternative would be a safety with the cue ball behind the 2, but that's tough. Maybe not the time to play a push out here. Well done. Oh, he's showing half of a ball to Pagulayan, who has looked at the carom line from the 1 to the 9. He's thinking it's a tough safety and I have an aggressive shot I can win with.
Balls flying everywhere. And when they've come to rest, it's more in favour of Sniegocki than Pagulayan. Hence the signs of irritation. The smile is gone for now.
Difficult shot over distance now for Sniegocki. He cannot drop the 1-ball in because he will not have shape on a 2. Needs a controlled stroke now. Can't hit it too hard. Oi, 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 what a shot. That's a beautiful shot. And this can give him some wind in the sails. To let him pick up some rhythm.
Yes, getting the cue ball behind the blue there and around it without making contact was like threading the eye of a needle. Minimal space, but space found.
Yeah, this is it. Good timeout taken by Sniegocki. He made a good reset out there. last tough shot. He should be in position after this 3-ball.
And Alex, let's not forget that Pagulayan led 5-2, and with ball in hand he played an awful positional shot onto the 2-ball. It's the kind of thing you have to wonder, will that be a pivotal moment? Potential turning point? Simply extraordinary success so far for the Polish contingent in this tournament. And Sniegocki is in the mood to enhance that success. Quite a task still lays ahead, but I'll tell you what, from 5-2 down, Sniegocki has recovered to trail only 5-4. Alex Pagulayan was having something of a stroll in the park. Stroll no more.
Rack 10, Sniegocki to break, trailing by 5 racks to 4.
Rack 10 begins, and all of the crowd here in Kielce are wondering whether Sniegocki can get back onto level terms.
Where's the 2-ball going? No shot on, a bank shot perhaps? Are the banks open for Sniegocki and Kielce? Plenty of defensive options. Yeah. He's back. He's starting to look like the man that beat Suke.
This bank was most certainly open, and that was an ATM. Aim, target, make.
Nicely done. This is a nice stroke to let the arm out, which is always good under pressure. Not too rigid. Loosen up those muscles. We have a match, Phil. Didn't look like it half an hour ago.
Similar story for Pagulayan when he played Rajundal in the first round. 4-0 ahead there, struggled to get over the line. Here Pagulayan led 5-2. Now though, his advantage has been totally erased. 5-5. Game on.
Welcome back to Poland for the 20th World Pool Masters. Back over to the action.
Rack 11, Sniegocki to break, 5 racks each.
8 completed matches in the tournament so far. 6 of them have gone either 8-6 or 8-7. And you get the feeling this one is going to go, if not all the way, pretty close
Roger Ndal would have loved to be in action against Sniegocki. He's the man that got beat by Pagulayan. He won the Masters in Doncaster, losing 7-1 against Rodney Morris and coming out victorious 8-7. An unbelievable comeback he made. Trying to come in behind the 6-8. That's what it looks like. Boy, he's lucky here. Hit it way too thick, too much speed for the 3-ball. Maybe he tried to play a shot that was not there.
There's Radoslav Babica, the only Pole so far to exit the tournament, and even then he acquitted himself well. 7-3 up on Mika Immonen, lost 8-7 after Immonen was the beneficiary of two outrageous flukes, one of them in the deciding rack.
Extension.
Pagulayan in a tight spot. And the tighter the spot, the more aggressive or creative a top player like he is will become. Very nice shot. But there's something available for Sniegocki here. Requires good touch though. Clip the 3-ball, send it towards the long rail and get the cue ball behind the 6-8. Very gentle hit. Is the 3 sticking out? Looking at a bank, leaving the cue ball below the 5.
Perpetual motion, Pagulayan.
Oi, that's not good. Pocket speed, they call it. The ball wiped its feet. But no shape. He pulled the trigger quick there. Was quick to decide and to execute.
There's Kelly Fisher, the lady player who came so close to beating Dennis Akolo in the first round. Defeated 8-6.
Heat is on. And it shows with Alex. Good speed, good speed.
Intriguing rack this, and you have to believe whoever pots the 6-ball will most likely win it. Big tactical duel this, with even bigger ramifications.
This looks like a bank. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. That's what you learn in the Philippines and in the USA. Under pressure, if in a tight spot, don't play a negative safety shot. Just go all in. Give yourself a chance to win.
With some of these body gyrations he's pulling off, he might be a good candidate for Strictly Come Dancing, or as they call it in the USA, Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, he'd be the star of the show, Phil. He's got so much media personality.
Not the cleanest of pots, but he's on the 9 ball. The lead, you would think, about to be regained. Alex Pagulayan was 4-1 and then 5-2 in front. Right now, he's thankful to be ahead just at 6-5.
Rack 12, Pagulayan to break, leading by 6 racks to 5.
With his spectacular length of the table double on the 6 ball, Alex Pagulayan has not only gone in front, he's got the break back. But no advantage from that.
Push out.
Don't know where, but push.
Do you think he chatters away like this, Alex, to relieve the pressure on himself, or is that just his natural personality?
Well, I asked him yesterday if he's aware when he starts doing it, because he can go for 20 minutes and not say a word and look totally introvert and focused, and then all of a sudden he becomes extrovert and starts talking. And he said that's what he likes. He likes the interaction and he likes to be expressive at the table. And yes, it's probably his way of dealing with the pressure. Tony Drago likes to play fast. Pagulayan likes to joke around.
Well, on Pagulayan's Wikipedia page, it says he is known for his relaxed demeanour during competition and is a crowd favourite, well liked because of his humorous interaction with the audience. Concisely and perfectly put.
I don't know if this is wise. So many balls on the table. Cue ball towards the 3. Oh, perfect. Even if Sniegocki sees part of the 1, these type of situations, that's when the champions, the more knowledgeable players, show what they have. They're able to see a shot and execute it. Because even though it's not a perfect snooker, not a super safety, he's giving Sniegocki distance at a cue ball close to the rail.
Just beginning to think, you know, about parallels between this tournament so far and the World Pool Masters of 2008, which Alex Pagulayan won. I had the pleasure of commentating on that over in Vegas, and his first 2 matches in that event, nothing particularly special, but he did just enough to go through and got better as the event progressed.
Bit lucky. I'm blessed.
Well, I think there was a touch of sarcasm in the humour there.
No, not yet.
Said he'd been lucky when clearly he hasn't been.
Extension.
When he won in 2008, struggled to get over the line in the first round against Mark Gray in a match which could so easily have gone to the Englishman. Then he beat Rodney Morris 8-6 in the quarterfinals. But then suddenly in the last four, he seemed to come alive. I wonder whether we're going to see the same kind of tournament progression from him right here in Poland.
Six ball passes the 8. So slight draw if he's dead straight, otherwise he'll follow, come out 2 rails. On the 50-yard line. He's digging deep here.
Three, what should be elementary pots away from establishing a 2-rack cushion. Two ahead with only 3 to play. No more room for error for Sniegocki.
Overcooked it. He overcooked the shot. And he's not out.
Wow. Wow.
Wow, indeed. It does cut. Now looking at the bank. Sniegocki still in it. Unbelievable. A standard 3-rail shot going from the 7 towards the 8. Played it about 15% too hard.
The attempted bank tinged with desperation. We were talking about a 2-rack cushion in favour of Pagulayan. In reality, the scores are tied up and the pole will not go away. Mateusz Sniegocki got on level terms at 5-5 and he's back there at 6-6. This started out as best of 15 racks. It's now the best of 3. Welcome back to Kielce in Poland, home of the ClubWPT.com World Pool Masters. The scores are level at 6 apiece in the opening quarter-final match between Sniegocki from Poland and Canada's Alex Pagulayan. No advantage in terms of the scoreline, but the advantage is the fact that Sniegocki has got the break here. And it could be a big one.
Legal break. And this is a shot. He has a shot. He can cut it into the side pocket, but it's tough because he's going in the wrong direction with the cue ball. Will be needing to play it hard. Can, of course, play the safe. As a player, I myself always found it very difficult to play the safety in a situation like this. You get a little desperate to end things. You want to grab the bull by the horns.
Maybe it's a desire to be the master of your own destiny. The importance of every ball now magnified.
One ball sticking out. Pagulayan has a view on the one ball. I think he can even hit it full ball.
We saw in the earlier first round match between Wojtek Szewczyk and Ko Pin-Yi that a really bad error can come back to haunt you. Ko was on the verge of leading 7-4, missed a routine 9-ball. In the previous rack, it was Pagulayan's awful positional shot onto the black 8-ball. Will he be regretting that one?
Extension.
Just a reminder, the winner of this plays either Mika Immonen or Dennis Okolo. And if Sniegocki can get the verdict here, Okolo from the Philippines will be the only non-European player left in the tournament.
First shot. Ball in hand.
Yeah. He lost grip and control over the match, Pagulayan, at some point, halfway after five racks. And his nonchalance has now turned to nervousness, it seems.
Good point, Alex. And when we look back at this, people will say, well, it was his failure maybe to get onto the 8-ball that cost him. If he does lose, I'm looking back at the 8th rack when he was 5-2 ahead, ball in hand, and that horrible positional shot onto the 2. We mustn't underestimate, though, the nerves that Sniegocki is feeling here, because what a double it would be. The scalper first, Ralph Suke, and then Alex Pagulayan.
But I do have this theory, Phil, that for the underdog it's easier coming from behind and winning. Many times if they start out good, they're caught up by the favorite. I don't know if this makes sense, but in the Whirlpool Masters, the year I won it, and the year after when I got to the final, every match I was coming from behind.
Well, it certainly happens on the golf tours around the world. Quite often when you see a player make their breakthrough, their first victory, it's with a very low round on a Sunday when they come from the pack. Same kind of mentality. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Well, if ever a shot did not deserve to be lucky in the end, that was it.
Oi. What a beautiful game this is. That pressure can cause Sniegocki to miss that straight in 6. A nightmare for him. But it's the drama when the pressure cooker is turned on here in the pit in Kielce.
Extension.
Pagulayan taking his extension. Look where the 6 came to
Ball
rest.
shot.
He's missed it
Ball.
completely again, and ball in hand for the 2nd time in the rack. I can't imagine Sniegocki
Second
will
ball.
mess this up again.
Can't believe that Alex missed a shot. Can't believe that he called the extension and didn't come up to align himself again. Now, that's what you're supposed to do. He played the kick shot with spin. And I will always believe that Pagulayan can come back at any time, but in this match he has done it all to himself. It wasn't imposed.
This has been a golden tournament for Polish pool. And the golden 9 ball takes Sniegocki within a frame of the semi-finals. His supporters can't quite believe what they are seeing. First, Ralph Suke, the defending champion, put to the sword. Now Alex Pagulayan in danger of going the same way.
Rack 14. Sniegocki to break, leading by 7 racks to 6.
Apart from racks 2 and 3, which Pagulayan broke and ran in, clean racks have been in short supply in this match. One from Sniegocki here would do him just fine.
Sniegocki has made tougher shots in this match and missed easier ones. I don't dare to forecast this shot. But if he makes it, he'll be in a position to win.
Wanted the cue ball to travel on just a little more. Pleading with it to do so. Didn't quite get where he wanted.
Extension.
Very makeable. Some players like to play it with low right, spinning the ball, coming out 2 rails. Other players like to cinch it with top left. The left needed to avoid the 9. They'll go double speed. That's quality. Given the circumstances, in the course of the match, that's a great shot.
Remember, a little later on in the tournament, Wojtek Szewczyk and Karol Skawersky have the chance to go through to the semi-finals. Will Matthias Sniegocki lead the way?
In
many respects, Alex Pagulayan has been the architect of his own downfall. But that won't bother Matthias Sniegocki or indeed everyone here in the slightest. Polish pool has never had a weekend quite like this. Their first man is through to the semi-finals of the club WPT.com World Pool Masters. Sniegocki into the last four. You've just seen another inspired showing on home soil. Sniegocki marches into the last four at the expense of one of pool's top-line players. Talk about taking advantage of being at home, sweet home. Next up for the Polish hero, Mika Immonen or Denis Okolo, and that's a clash of the titans.
It was really thriller match because we both didn't play so good. We both make 2 or 3 mistakes, but lucky for me, at the end of that match, I make mistake and I didn't have any consequence about that. So I won this rack, and I finished the last one.
Yeah, I'm sad, but no, I'm just kidding. Well, I played good. He showed a lot of heart, and I give him a lot of credit for that. And I hope he wins the whole thing.